Okay, hello everybody. I am so excited to be on here. We used to do these frequently, and then just with the chaos of everything, we kind of stopped. And so now we are wanting to start these back up, and we're really just wanting to invest time in people who want to take their business seriously and who want to make money from this business. Okay. There are too many people who hop in this business and maybe they just are kind of lackadaisical with it, or they don't treat it like a business. And we want to show you how we treat it like a business, how we find time to fit it into our days, and a couple of the key basic points that you need to know in order to be successful. And I always tell people whenever I'm talking to people on potential calls, I'm always like, listen, when I joined, I had no freaking clue what I was doing. Okay. I literally didn't even know what the product was. I was like, what does it do? It like tightens and does what to your stomach? I was like probably telling people the wrong thing. Like I really honestly didn't even know. And so with Erin's help, I was just able to kind of take off and learn. And, after that, it was just pretty simple, because the beautiful thing is you get to build unique connections over the same thing. Okay. So every connection, every relationship you build with somebody is going to be different, but a lot of the conversation leading up into that is going to be very similar. Okay. And so what we want to chat with you tonight is everything that it took for us to go Ruby, and Rubies are an average of $500 a month. So we all know that is where most people want to get, and that's why most people join the business. And so we have a couple of rock stars on here that are just super excited to pour into you guys tonight. And I'm just going to introduce myself. I'm Kelsey. I am a triple diamond, and I retired about 9 months into the business. And about 4 months into the business, I earned a $10,000 bonus. And so there is a lot to be said to go and start fast and get momentum. But there are a lot of people who don't start fast. Jocelyn Yates, who's one of the top income earners, it took her 9 months to even hit executive. And so if you've been in the business for a little while and you aren't where you want to be, that's okay. This is boom season. You can turn it around. Okay. So don't feel like this is simply for newbies. This is for anybody who's just wanting more out of their business that they're not getting right now. And so we're going to talk to you a little bit about that. Erin, are you good to go? I see that you're fine. So I wanted to make sure Ellie was down before I called on you. Is she down? Are you good?
We're good to go for
Okay.
right now. We'll see what happens. No, she should be good.
Okay, awesome. Well, we just wanted to start out because we wanted you to just kind of share a little bit about your story. I'm sure most people know who you are, but also just to kind of just to talk about just some basic things that you feel like are really important to go over for people that are getting started.
Okay. So my name is Erin Tweed. I'm an Ambassador Diamond. I've been in the business 3.5 years. So it's crazy to kind of think. We were just talking about it today, but in March, Kyle will have been home for 3 years. And I was like, dang, it's just like, I got to keep like working to memorize my story, because then I have to keep like adding a year every time I finally get it like down. So a lot has changed. I got started because I wanted $500 extra a month to help with childcare. We were paying over $1,000 a month, and then we had credit cards, student loans, mortgage payments, you name it, we had it. And so I got started just really like posting and sharing on social media and talking about the hair, skin, nails, which is one of my favorite products, but really just wanting to try that out and earn some commission that way. And so long story short, I've been at home in like doing this business full time for 2.5 years now. We've been able to pay off credit card debt, student loans. We were able to pay cash for IVF. And so now we just had our miracle baby girl. She's almost a month old. And so life has definitely changed a lot. But so I always say it works paid for our baby, because it really did. So some of the things that I think are so important when getting started really just is kind of establishing yourself. And I think I'm supposed to talk a lot about eSuite and just kind of getting grounded with that and some of my favorite things. So when I go over eSuite, the back office, I still don't even know how to like work half of the reports or anything. Like I go to 3 main sections. Okay. So I'm not the go-to person for reports. I'm not the go-to person, but there's 3 things that you should go to when you're on eSuite. One is that main page that's called your dashboard. That's just going to give you the overview, any type of promotions or company announcements. If you may have missed something, those are always going to be posted at the top. So that's going to be as soon as you log into eSuite. The next thing is going to be the document library. Okay. I don't touch on a lot of documents, but know that when you go into document library, there's tons of information. A lot of times people ask me questions about promos or, well, does this count? And I'm like, go to document library. I promise you the information's in there, because if you go and read the document, it's going to make a lot more sense than me trying to explain it to you. So go into document library, familiarize yourself with some of those things, because sometimes it's you may even just read about a product and you're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that it did that. So, utilize that. In that section, there's 3 things that I always like to have new distributors print off. One is your steps to success. So in that little search bar, if you type in the word steps, and we're going to go over how to do the steps to success and what does that even mean, but know that that document's there. And I know it's also a hot link on your training, which is awesome. So they've kind of revamped some of those things, but know that that's where you can always go back and find it, is in that document library. Hundreds list. So if you type in the number 100, when you go there, hundreds list is kind of just your working. I'm actually reading this book called Beach Money, and it talks about how a Rolodex and how it's like all your contacts in this thing. But in the book, he said, if you're under 30, you probably will have no idea what I'm talking about. And so I'm right on the border, but it was just funny, so that's kind of your Rolodex, whatever you want to call it. And that's your contacts. And so you're going to start jotting down names of people that, maybe these products can help them, or, you're thinking, and maybe your best friend said they're, needing a little bit of extra money. So you can start talking to them about that. So keep that hundreds list on you. If you like that printout version, some people don't feel like you have to go and print off all this stuff. You can utilize a notebook, utilize your phone, whatever you want to, utilize that. But just know that essentially it's all the same thing. And then the other thing is, if you type in the word chart, so that's where you're going to be able to visualize the actual promotion. So you're going to see the executive chart, the Ruby chart, and we're just going to talk about Ruby tonight, but you can get that visual. And so have that printed out. I always have them stapled up onto my little bulletin board in the desk area. And so that way you can it's easier when you have that visual along with it. So we're going to be talking your ear off about how to go Ruby, but you need to physically see it and be looking at it all the time. And so the more that you get familiar with it, the more it's going to make sense. And then the last thing, so obviously, your training and stuff, you guys have probably already done that. But the other thing is, if you go into orders, so orders section, these are the main things that you need to know. Other than that, you really don't have to figure anything else out. You don't have to worry about reports. You don't have to worry about anything like that. Eventually it might make sense, and eventually you may want to pull all kinds of reports. God bless you, because I don't even know how to do any of that. So you might have to teach me. But if you go into orders, on the left-hand side, you're going to see a section that says enroll new customer. And so I always say that's where you can enroll a new distributor. You can enroll a new customer. They can also go onto your website, but those are the main things to get started. Your main job right now is to start working on that 30s list, like you see in Beginners Bootcamp, or, that hundreds list, and start reaching out to people, and then get people enrolling, get people started on the products. We have amazing fit packs. What the Fit is awesome. I was wearing my shirt and then I got spit up on. So, there's so many amazing things going on right now. And so, if you have questions on a particular thing, if you're looking for a certain thing, ask your enroller. That's what we're here for. So don't hesitate to ask questions. But those are the big things when it comes to eSuite. Other than that, you'll get comfortable with it along the way. But don't worry about what does this thing mean and this. It really just get comfortable with the routine of everything. And we're going to talk to you guys about those things tonight.
Yeah, I love that. And I love how simple you keep it, because I think sometimes it's kind of crazy. You look at all of this whole back office and you're like, what the heck? And you guys, like Erin said, I literally have 2 reports that I pull, and the rest I'm just kind of okay, I'm good. And there might be a time when you do need more info, and there are going to be more additional things, but at this point, do not consume your time with things that aren't income producing, because right now your goal is to make your $99 onto $200 and $300 and $400 and $500. Okay. We don't need to spend time on things that aren't going to help make you money. And right now, that is not going to be income producing for you at this point. Okay. So the only other thing that, or the only thing I want to touch on as far as like how to go Ruby is I want each of you guys to have printed out a chart. And if you don't have a printer, at least write it out. Okay. And these are going to be the basic things. So Kristen has it. So go ahead, Kristen, you can go ahead and cover this part since you have it right there. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Introduce yourself.
Hey guys, so my name is Kristen and I've been in the business since June 18th. This business has blown my mind. I came in for $500. I was being very nosy and following this one girl on Facebook and just, watching her life. And I got to a place in my life where I needed some extra money, in short. And so I reached out to this random girl on Facebook, and that random girl was Kelsey. And she shared her story with me. I was like, okay, sign me up, let's go. And it's just been a huge, amazing journey thus far. I hit Diamond in 3 months. And at the time, the company was offering a $10,000 promotion for going Diamond in 3 months. And so I hit Diamond in 3 months. I'm charted for double diamond. I'm working on charting for triple diamond, and I'm a full-time school teacher, full-time mom of one. He's 12 years old, and I am at this point realizing that I can actually own my own income. I can bring my own income in. I can bring what I want in. I can put that number on a board. I have my dream board, and it has $9,000 a month is my goal for this year. And I definitely believe I can do it. And I'm so excited for you all because you all are not that far behind me. You all are right. Kelsey's been in like 2.5 years. Erin has been in 3.5 years, I think she said. And I am the closest to you. I have been in for hardly close to 8 months, and you all aren't that far behind me, so you can be just like me. It's amazing. So I'm going to talk to you about going Ruby. Such a big deal to go Ruby, and what I love about it is that it is so possible to be a Ruby and to hit that extra $500 a month. It's so possible to do that in a month's time if you want to. So what I tell people is the best thing to do, okay, Erin talked about the 30s list, okay? So get your 30s list going. I promise 30 people, okay? Go to a building and just be like, in this building, who do I know? And just write down those names. Like, 30 people before even going to Facebook, okay? 30 people. I promise you do. Your neighbors, you know them. You just don't realize you know them. Your, mailman, just, who those people are. Get those 30 people down. And then what I say is, I tell my team, anybody that comes on my team, I tell them, listen, we're going to start getting on calls right away. We're going to start calling people. You don't have to know everything. I knew nothing. I cried. I kid you not. Kelsey can nod a yes, because I cried. I sobbed when I got my first check. I cried, you guys. I didn't even open it for I think a day or two. I was like scared to open it, and I opened it and I cried. I cried because I didn't know what I was doing. And guess what? You probably don't either. That is okay. Like, it's okay not to know what you're doing. But what I would say is just hit the ground running. All right. Go find. I tell them find 5 people in that first week that you started. Maybe this is not your first week. Maybe you've been in 2 months, 3 months. Maybe you've been in a couple weeks, whatever it is. Go find 5 people, and you have your 30s list. Find 5 people on there and get some calls set up. And you set those calls up with whoever your enroller is or whoever a resource is to you. Usually there's probably 2 or 3 people that will do a call with you, and get those people on the phone. Get them on the phone. When you get them on the phone, you probably won't know what to say. So that's where your enroller comes in. You're going to learn from whoever your enroller or your resource person is. You're going to learn from them. You're going to get them on the phone, get them to join. Some of you all might be able to get them to join without getting on the phone. You do not have to get anybody on the phone with you to get somebody joining this business. You just have to believe in it and have a passion behind what you want, and know that this is something that's going to change your life. Borrow some faith from somebody else. Tell them, a girl, that's me, that's been in for 7.5 months, and is thinking about retiring this year, not return to the classroom, because she's going to be able to support herself solely on It Works income. That is huge. It's not that I'm quitting and deciding that I'm going to, I'm just going to trust It Works. And no, It Works is going to pay it before I quit. Okay. I'm going to have the income to basically support my car insurance, my house note, I'm going to have the income for that from this business before I quit. you can tell somebody you know that. I'm Kristen. Follow me on Facebook, okay? So this is your chart, right? So you got this chart. Hopefully everybody can see it. I'm going to try to put it, okay?
Yeah, so this is your roadmap, okay? You guys, that's what I say. This is your GPS. This is going to get you the money that you joined for, okay? So if you don't have this printed out, you're going to get lost. I'm just going to tell you, because you don't have the GPS to let you know where you're going. If you don't put it in your GPS, nobody knows directions anymore by heart unless it's going to your house and to your work, okay? Like, have you ever tried to find something when you're out of town? You guys are out of town right now if you just joined. You are in an unfamiliar spot. And so right now you need this as your GPS, okay? And just understanding that, and the steps to success. Okay, the steps to success are basically going to be the turn-by-turn directions in order to get you to that destination of Ruby. Okay, so go ahead. Sorry, I just had to.
All this is found in the document library. So you don't have to, like, I don't know what it is. It's in the document library. You have access to all of this. These two things, this is what you need. You need nothing else but these two things and some willpower and being hungry for what you want. Okay, you have to be hungry for what you want. You have to be smart about where you're going and how you're going to get there. That's this, your roadmap, okay? And
okay, Kristen, hold it up so I can talk them through it real quick.
Go for it.
Okay, so see that chart? Okay, so the U, pull it down, yeah, right there. So see that big U thing? That's you. The lines, distributor 1, 2, and 3, those are on your top line, okay? So whoever you directly enroll, like as a distributor, as somebody else who wants to make money with this business, whoever you enroll automatically defaults to that top line, okay? So that's where they fall. Okay, you also have the option to move people. So let me explain that. So let's say you sign up Sally. Can you write Sally in there in one of the boxes? Okay, let's say you write Sally. You sign Sally up. Sally is super pumped. She's hyped. She has to pay for her rent. She has to pay for her car note. She just got let go from her job, and she is like, girlfriend, I need some money. Can you help me figure it out? So she's pumped. Then you sign up Veronica. I'm just literally making up names. Veronica.
We get some short names here. Can we get a Bob or a
right? Okay.
Or a
okay. So Veronica signs up, and she's like, okay, I'm good. I'm just gonna see how it works. I'm just gonna test the waters. Okay. So she's good, and then but Sally is this rock star because she is just ready to go, and Sally signs up her husband. Okay. So put Sally's husband Bob. Let's go ahead and put Bob right there. So that is going to be under Sally. Okay, so that is not on your top line. That's on Sally's top line. Can you guys nod if you guys are understanding this? So that's on Sally's top line. That's on your second line. Okay. Let's say then you are like rocking and rolling. You see the vision. You are hyped up. Okay. You sign Kayla. Okay, but Kayla and Sally, they just have so much in common, and you feel like they could totally run together, and you are like, you know what, I'm going to really help Sally out. So you put Kayla, you can move in this business. You can place people on somebody else's team to help them, because in all honesty, it's going to help your chart in some situations. And so you can place Kayla under Sally. Oh, you place Kayla. Kayla's killing it. So you need one more person, and you are busting your butt. You have all these potentials, and you are like, oh my gosh, one of my best friends, Courtney, decided she's going to sign up. So Courtney signs up. You are charted for Ruby. Let's get hyped. Okay, so when you are charted for a promotion, what that means is that all of the boxes are filled in. See that 400 number under each of the boxes? That is volume, okay? So obviously each product you sell is going to have a volume associated with it that is very close to the dollar amount, okay? And so each of those dollar amounts is going, like, let's say, so for WOW, it's $46 at the loyal customer price, and it's 46 BV. Okay, so each of those people are going to need to be at 400 in volume. Now, that's group volume. So that can come from the distributors below them. That can come from, and let's say you do this in your second month and it's their second month. Well, if they get 4 customers this month and 4 customers next month, like we ask you in your steps to success, guess what? That's 8 customers, and that's going to be very close, if not way over 400, depending on what products you sell. Okay. And so that is how you go Ruby. Going Ruby is such a big milestone in the business, because not only do you make $500, you're also helping somebody go executive. So Sally is going executive, and she's going to make an extra $250. And that's the most exciting part, is you're not only making money, you are helping somebody else make money. And that's why I love this promotion so much. Okay, Kirsten, what's up, girl? Let's talk about how you get Veronica and Sally and Jessica and whoever else I put on that chart. How do you get those people? How do you show people you're open for business?
Okay, so first of all, posting, as Kelsey said,
that's you gotta introduce yourself first.
I am.
Okay. Okay, go. I thought you were just going into it.
Oh wait, what? What am I doing?
I said I thought you were just going into posting, but I was talking about I want you to introduce yourself.
Oh, they just said unmute yourself. Okay.
Oh, no.
Hi. My name's Kirsten, and I have been in the business for I think 18 months now, or 16, like a year and a half. And I honestly, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. I was a loyal customer prior, and I fell in love with the products. And I was that one person who kept kind of like, that typical person who kept putting the business off. Like, I knew I was going to join, but my plan was I wanted to join in November. I ended up joining in July, which I'm so glad I joined. I think the biggest regret anyone ever has, if they're really honest with you, is that they didn't start sooner. And I'm so thankful that I started when I did, because I can't even imagine like how far behind, or, where my life would be now if I didn't start when I started. I'm a military wife. I've been married for almost 9 years. I am a college dropout, and it's not even like I had a semester. I went to school for, I think, 3.5, almost 4 years. So a lot of student loans, a lot of debt, and just a lot of adult things that I have to take care of now. And so, being military, I didn't want to have another job, another 2-3 jobs again, working 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. I wanted time home. I didn't want to clock in and out of another job, and that's my driving force with this business. My why is my husband, but my focus is I don't want to clock into another job. I have a great hourly job right now, and I can literally probably work like 5 hours a month if I wanted to, because they're just that lenient. So I'll always probably keep that job, but this opportunity and seeing the bigger picture, my first paycheck was like $71, and I was so freaking excited, because that was $71. I didn't have to clock in and out of another job. That was $71 that I could have put towards my credit card bills that I had. So get excited about all your little and big successes. And that goes into the posting too, but yeah, so that's a little bit my life story can be so long. We could be on here forever, because I've been everywhere. I've done a lot of things, and yeah, so that's a little snippet. Anyways, so I'm going to end there, but so posting, that's what I'm going to be talking about. It's kind of your how and why. And I do have my notes, so I'm going to kind of like look away from the camera sometimes. So posting is how we advertise our business. That is, posting is not asking. Also, get that out of your mind, get that out of your brain, rewire yourself. All because you're posting doesn't mean you're asking everyone in your market. A small percentage of your market sees your posts. And posting is important, yes, but it's a task we should all be doing, but and taking advantage of it, but also not abusing what posting is. Don't just post and be lazy. There's a lot of behind the scenes work that needs to go into it, but it's simple work. It's not easy. This business, if anyone ever tells you this business is easy, they're wrong. but it's simple. And any types of hardships you may go through, they're meant for growth. So when you completely change your mindset about that, being any kind of struggle you come in contact with is and you're working through it. So if you have a fear of asking, get over it. Straight up, 100%. That's what will set you apart from the rest, because the difference between Kelsey and myself is the fact that she's asked more people. The difference between Erin and myself, Erin's asked more people. It's not that one has been in longer than the other. It's the fact that they've asked more people than I have. And that's what it comes down to. 110,000 bazillion % quality over quantity. Don't just post to post. Have substance behind your posts. Have intention, have emotion, have heart. Something I love doing, and I love watching mamas work this business, especially between Kelsey and Erin, like their mom posts are so amazing. Like, I want to be them when I grow up, because they are just, they have a way of captivating what so many moms want. They want more time with their babies, and they're able to produce an income that's crazy because of this business. And they have a story. You always want to, English has never been my best subject, like writing and stuff like that, but you want to be a storyteller almost, and have fun with your posts. Like, get creative, show yourself, be fun. So when it comes to posting, it's your profile. It's your life first, though. Always show your life. And, it's also your storefront. So incorporate what this business is into your life. This business should not be 100% your life, but you need to show how it's a part of your life, if that makes any sense. Don't overthink anything either. All because people aren't liking or commenting on anything of yours, it does not mean that they're not watching. You will have so many people, once you've become a little bit more seasoned, message you out of nowhere. Someone you probably even didn't think was on your radar or on your hundreds list or on your chickens list, and they're asking you about this business because they're struggling. It is not up to you to deny this business for someone else by not reaching out to them. So don't sell anyone short. Don't cut anyone off because they're not reaching out to you immediately, or they're not commenting on your post. Don't get discouraged. And you'll have some of the best leaders with a bazillion people on their Facebook or Instagram. No one's liking their posts. That's okay. Like, it's okay. It is okay. Because it doesn't matter. What matters is what you do behind the scenes. The posting is really just fun. To me, that's what it is. I mean, all this is fun, but posting is really fun for me. And even then, I don't even know. You can never figure out posting. You're going to see some of your posts a year later, and you're going to be like, what? I didn't know what I was doing. Why didn't anyone tell me I was doing this? But it's okay. It's something to laugh at. It's something to learn on. You're always going to be growing, and that's the fun thing to look at. It's just some things that I come across. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, so try and stay away from negativity when it comes to Facebook, especially because everyone has their opinion, and it almost seems like the negative people always have. What is it? There's a quote saying, negative people have a problem for every solution, or something. I don't know. It's something weird like that, but that's it. You just stay away from negativity. You want your profiles of Facebook and Instagram to be light in people's life. You want to show them that this business can be so good, because it really is. I remember Erin, one Zoom that we were on, she was saying how there's someone who has contacted her, and I'm pretty sure she's gotten many people. I've gotten many people. thank you for sharing that quote, or thank you for inspiring me. And they may not have any interest in this business, but they're just drawn to that profile, and they're checking it every single day, and it's inspiring them to just do something that they never thought they would do, whether or not it's with or without this business. That's what you need to be, is just inspire people. Be something that's not really found nowadays, unfortunately, and that's just the excitement and freedom of living your day and living your life. Whether it's Facebook or Instagram, if there's a new feature, use the heck out of it, but don't go crazy with it. But like the Instagram polls, use that. If you don't know how to use it, maybe what we can do is post like how to use it, but it's on Instagram, and then use like the Instagram and Facebook stories. I've actually been reconditioning myself to do more of those than just your typical posting. I'm still posting, but I'm making sure that I'm not filling my Facebook feed or my Instagram feed with kind of like weird things. I don't know, I'm kind of weird anyways, but I love working with my like with the Instagram stories and the polls and stuff like that. And it creates a hundreds list too. So say that someone clicks your poll and they're like, oh wait, no, I changed my mind. Put their name on a list. Put their name on your hundreds list and get back to them. It's just a no, not right now. Let's see. You want to be sharing your personal post and your product posts. A simple one for products is, take a selfie. We should be seeing more of your face and your life than a spammy black, green, and bling, buy my product now. No, we don't want to see that. You know what? I have an It Works shirt on right now. I can simply take a selfie and say, hey, I'm working my business right now and I'm having a blast. Or like I have my greens. Like I have a huge bag right here full of just empty products that I've had, like empty boxes of cleanses, relief. Save these bottles and take pictures with them. And just, if it's greens, you take a selfie with your greens, and just be like, I love the way that I feel when I take my greens. I'm getting all my servings, all my fruits and veggies. My body is happy, and these help me get through that afternoon slump. That's it. Someone's going to be like, oh my goodness. Like if someone's seriously though, we all get that midday slump and it sucks. Someone's going to be like, you know what? Yeah, it really does suck. So I'm going to contact them. I don't get my fruits and veggies. I want more energy. Boom. There you go. I hope I'm not rambling too much. But before and afters are important too, but don't post so many of them where you become a spammy feed of just before and afters. Sometimes what I do on Instagram is I'll delete my before and afters on my profile, or I'll make them as part of a slideshow thing, how you can do the different photos. So it's not boom right there in your face. Or with Facebook, maybe post a before and after as a normal thing, and then a few others throughout the day, but in your comments. So that's another way of kind of blending it in without looking too overwhelming or too spammy. And again, with lifestyle posts, celebrate all of your successes. If you get your first loyal customer, shout it out. If you get that $100 shopping spree, shout it out. If It Works paid for your gas, shout it out. Be excited. Don't be like, oh, I only earned $25 this month. Seriously? No, don't. Because that's $25 you didn't have. That's $25 that you were able to spend with your loved ones. That's $25 that can change someone's life. And that's it. So, look at I don't know, that's the posting. There should be everything that you should be sharing. Let's say, I don't even know. It Works pay for my 68 cents.
Kirsten, can I add something?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know when I first got started, I was like, probably most of you guys don't even post that much on your social media in general. So it's like an anxiety attack already waiting to happen. And I get it. because a lot of times it's unfamiliar territory. And so I like to always kind of just give an idea of like what my schedule looks like when I post, a general idea. So for me, I typically post like 3 to 5 times a day. It just depends. I start with that motivational quote like Kirsten talked about, before and after, or product tester post. Mid-morning, I talk about the business. Around lunchtime. In the afternoon, I post either that other before and after or the product tester post, whichever one I didn't. And then I always say save your best post for last in the evening, because that's when a lot of people are on social media. But my one piece of advice, because there are so many different things, algorithm and Facebook and this and that, just get comfortable with whatever platform you're comfortable with right now. Get comfortable in a routine of posting and doing that. And then you can add on the other stuff. Because I know like there's some people that use Snapchat and Twitter and all this other stuff and I'm like, oh my gosh, if I can remember to brush my teeth and take a shower and like still post on social media, that's a win. So, get comfortable with it, whatever your routine is, and you're going to be able to add stuff in, but don't stress yourself out feeling like, oh my God, I got to post so much that you don't connect with people. And so it should just be, working this into your routine, not anything in addition. So I hope that makes sense. Sorry, I just had to add that.
Yeah. And the one thing too that I'll add to that is like with posting, you get to like choose the way you want to do it. And so I encourage people to write down 5 things that you love that make you, okay? And still post about those things. Like people should come to your page and they should get to know you. I always tell people I'm Kelsey first, and then I'm a wife and I'm a mom, and I happen to be a networks distributor, and you'll see that in my posts, like when you read them and stuff, but you're not going to be so overwhelmed that you're going to come to my page and feel like, oh crap, this girl's going to try to sell me something. Okay, because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to share the products with you. I'm trying to answer, give you a solution to your problems. It's not that I'm trying to force these products down your throat. And so it's not that, you have to be like, oh my gosh, everything I have to post is it works, because it shouldn't be like my rules that I try to follow are like, I want to get up a product post. I want to get up a business opportunity post, and I want to have a filler post. And something I call like a filler post is like, I call them like the 5 F's or 6 F's: food, fashion, friendship, fun, freedom, family. Okay. And with all those things, like those are things that you would post before this business. Okay. Those were things you would post before you joined. They might have nothing to do with the business, but they're still going to let people know this is me. This is my life. This is what we're doing. And that's why people follow you. So one of the questions I asked Erin is when I first joined, it was like one of the first phone calls. And I was like, okay, so why are you more successful than a lot of people who join a business like this? And the only answer she gave me was because I share the crap out of my adventure. And I think that we have to look at this business as an adventure. And that's how I've looked at it ever since she told me that, because I was like, well, if she's doing it, then I can, or at least do half of what she's doing, then I'll be happy. And so I think that you just have to look at it as this adventure. And so tell people, oh my gosh, I was able to sign a customer while I was giving my kids a bath, or I was able to talk to 5 girls about hair, skin, and nails while, I was cooking dinner. And really what my point in doing all that is, hey, guess what? I'm doing the exact same freaking things you are. I'm just making money while I'm doing it. Okay. And that's what you need to tell people is like, I'm nobody special. I'm just like you. I have kids. My life is crazy. And for me, I love monograms. One of my things is monograms. I love, talking about, like my kids. I'm not like really that great. Like, I'm a cool person, but like, there's nothing really that great about me that's going to be like, oh, this is why she's so good at the business, is because she has this secret sauce in her life. And I don't. Okay, you guys, I just try to connect with people, and I try to be a real person. Sometimes my hair is a freaking hot mess in my live videos. Sometimes I have no makeup on, and you want to make your pictures pretty, but when I say make them pretty, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be pretty. What that means is that the pictures are bright and they're clean and they're crisp, and they're just like clear. They're not dark, and they're like attractive photos. And so it doesn't mean that, you have to turn into this beautiful person overnight. What it means is that you just have to have some good lighting. And so that's all I have to add on posting, because I could go on and on and on. Okay, Kirsten, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, honestly, like my next step was, kind of given that schedule, and Erin, put it perfectly. You just there's a reasoning too behind those types of posts. An inspirational post in the beginning, because your first hour of your day, it really, how your mind is really determines how your day is going to go. And if you can help someone with that inspiration, good. And sometimes that inspiration allows them to reevaluate their life too. And they kind of, they question, or they look at themselves and are like, no, what am I doing with my life? Like, I'm not happy. I'm not excited. I'm lost. And, if you can be that light in someone's life, that's good. And, product posts, I think you said, midday? People are on their phone around lunchtime if they're on break. And maybe you're talking about your grains and how much energy you have. Well, people are lagging on Monday. Or it's Sunday night and people are gearing up to go clock into work the next day. And you're at home just chilling, waking up to no alarm clock the next day. So that's really kind of what it comes down to. A lot goes into posting and understanding it, but it's all really just simplistic. It's just a long list of things. But I mean, that's about it.
Yeah.
And also, real quick, if you ever have any questions about posting, go to our team pages, and at the top, you should have a search bar, or on the side, depending on where you're doing it, type in posting or posts. Anything to do with posting, and you're going to get a huge array of posts of posting. So that helps out a lot too.
Yeah, for sure. I love using the search bar on the team pages. It's literally life. Like, literally, that's what I use the team pages for, is the search bar. So that's super helpful. Thanks for sharing your tips. That was great, Kristen. So one of the things that we're going to talk about too, and I want Kristen to jump in on this too, because she's really good at talking about this stuff. We're going to kind of mix in mindset and messaging, because a lot of messaging has to do with mindset. Okay, let's just be honest. Like, if you have the wrong mindset, if you have the wrong intentions, when it comes to messaging, it's going to be really hard for you, and it's going to be awkward for you. Okay. You're going to get frustrated really easily and stuff. And so one of the things that I say when it comes to messaging is, you're not trying to get people. Okay. You are the CEO of your business. By the way, if anybody's wondering, my t-shirt says I whine because they whine. Okay. The reason you are messaging somebody is to offer them. You're the CEO of your business. Okay. If you go apply for a bank and, the CEO offers you the job and you turn it down, do you think he's going to shut down the bank? No, he's going to move on to the next person. And that's what you guys have to view messaging as. Like, it's not, they're not saying no to you if they say no. They're not saying no to the business. They're not saying no to the products. They're just saying not right now. And you never want to judge what's going on in somebody else's situation. They could be saying no because they're embarrassed that they don't have the money. They could be saying they could be saying no because they don't all know what it entails and they're scared. You just honestly have no idea what's going on, and you do not want to force it. But what you are doing when you are messaging is planting seeds. Okay. When you are posting, you are planting seeds. You have to view this business as literally like you are a farmer and you are farming this land. Okay. And It Works is the land, the products, the website, all that stuff. We gave you this awesome soil. Okay. And you have to do the work, which is planting the seeds. Okay. And planting the seeds is done through posting and messaging. Okay. Posting is honestly like the fertilizer. The seeds are the messages. Okay. You can't just throw fertilizer on soil and expect something to grow when there's no seeds. So don't just post and expect it to grow when you have never planted any seeds, because 99% of the reason most people do not join this business is because they don't think they can do it. At the end of the day, if you ask somebody, hey, pay $99 and you're going to make $10,000 a month, do you think they would do it? Heck yes, they would do it. So if everybody knew that it was possible to make $10,000 in a month in this business, they would join. And so what you have to realize is you have to show them that they can do it too. And so when you get to the bottom of, if they say, no, it's not for me or whatever, the messaging is simply, hey, I think you would be great at doing something like this. I came across your profile, whatever you want to say. And you can even start out with asking them about the products, if they've ever thought about trying the products. But you can't go into the intention of, I'm going to get somebody on my team. I'm going to get somebody to buy these products off me, because you're not doing that. All being an entrepreneur is, and all being a part of this business is solving somebody's problem for a profit. Write that down. Solving somebody's problem for a profit. The reason it's so important to write that down and to know that is because if somebody doesn't have a problem, then you don't need to solve it. So don't feel like you have to fix everybody. Okay? Don't feel like every single person is going to need this, or not every single person is going to want this. Okay? And that's fine. That's fine. Not every single person loves Apple, but they're still in business. Not every single person loves Samsung, but they're in business. You guys, not every single person has to love what you're doing, but you're still going to be in business. I promise. Okay. Do you know how many times I've got told no? Do you know how many times the CEO of Starbucks got told no? Do you know how many times Oprah got told no? Getting told no is just going to be part of your journey. And again, it's not personal. They're just saying it's not right now. I can't even tell you how many people, like probably 90% of the people that are on my team had told me no at one point. Okay. And so you can't just give up. And you know what? If somebody's not interested, that's fine. Don't bother them. But what I'm saying is, it's not up to you to decide if they're interested or not. It's really not up to you to decide if they're interested or not. It's up to you is to ask them. Okay. You can't be like, because this is what I did when I first joined the business. Oh my gosh, this girl would definitely not be interested because she's a lawyer and she already makes way too much money. Oh, this girl would definitely not be interested because she already has 5 kids and she's way too busy. Oh my gosh, no, I would never message this girl because she would never do something like this. Those are all people who are on my team. Okay. And the reason I say that is because those are the biggest lessons I've learned, is because I prejudged them. I made the decision if they wanted this business or not. And that's not our jobs. Our job is to simply let people know the opportunity is there. It's their decision to let us know if they're interested or not. And the people that ignore you, I don't even have words for them because they don't even deserve time, because those are the worst people. I'm like, just literally the second best answer you can give me is no. Okay. I'd rather you tell me no than me having to freaking follow up with you 20 million times and you're not even interested. Okay. So when you're messaging people, don't be scared to get a no, because you won't get it. I found, and I saw a lot of people posting in the comments about how they have no problem getting loyal customers. They have a problem getting distributors. And what I have found is that at this point, you're going to have to do a self-check, because the people who struggle getting distributors, it's because they typically struggle with their own belief in the business. Let me say that again for all those people it stung a little bit. The people who struggle getting distributors, it's because they struggle with their own belief in the business. And the reason I say that is because it's when you don't believe in something, it's harder to talk about it. If you don't feel like you've been successful yet, or you have something, because like, oh my gosh, you're like, oh my gosh, well, I've only made $57. So how am I going to ask somebody else to join when I haven't even, made my money back, or whatever the devil's trying to put in your head? Because here's the thing, if you know people who have been successful in this business, why are you judging if somebody else can make a lot of money? It's just, you're not there yet. Okay. The business, for me, I struggle too getting LCs more than I do on DTs, because I'm just obsessed with this business, and I think everybody should do the business. So I'm like, love talking about the business. I mean, I love the products, obviously, but I'm saying, like, sometimes I struggle because I'm like obsessed with the business. So, but I think that you just have to really check yourself and be like, why don't I want to talk to people about the business? Why am I so afraid to talk to people about the business? And sometimes you just have to do it. You just have to do it. Get on a 3-way call with your enroller and be like, okay, I need to hear how you talk about the business with people. I want to hear how you answer this question. And you know what? You're going to fail. You're going to fail sometimes, but being a failure is not the same as failing. so be okay with maybe not having the perfect phone call, because guess what? There is no perfect phone call. Okay, Kristen, do you have anything to add before I literally could talk like literally all night about this, but go ahead.
Well, I think you said it all. I'm over here like writing notes, guys. Like, I don't play. I am a note taker. Okay, take some notes. Seriously, you're gonna learn so much. Kelsey said it all. I mean, I'm trying to think what.
Like messaging, like what's your routine with messaging? What's your follow-ups? Because I think a lot of people have questions about like when's a good time to follow up. You can talk about the 222 thing that I was talking about the other day if you want to, but just giving them kind of what your fears were when you first started and how you got over them.
Honestly, I still feel uncomfortable with messaging, but I do it anyways. I do it. I still have that, like, sometimes you still have that, like, I really don't want to send these messages, because when you get that no, it's like, shoot. But I know what this business will do for me. And so I do it anyways. It's about being disciplined. It's not about how you feel. Get out of your feelings. It is not about how you feel. Your feelings will get you in the gutter every single time. Every single time. And you know why? Because the devil does not want you to be successful. He does not want you to thrive. He does not want you to have more. He does not want you to live abundantly. That's not what he wants for you. Right? So he's going to be in your head. Most of the thoughts that come through our mind every day.
Y'all didn't know you were going to go to church tonight, did you? Go ahead.
You got to get out of your head. I mean, it's so you've got to like to just wrap your mind around how God looks at you and how much he has for you when you decide that you're just going to like kick the devil to the curb and just go after what you want. And so for me, I just go after it. I don't care that I feel uncomfortable. I just shoot them like boom, boom, boom. I shoot them out, and then I get a lot of no's. And my team will often say, well, nobody responded. And I'm like, so what? That doesn't mean that maybe they didn't see it. You never know. I go back and I respond anyways. So I will go back and follow up with them. I follow up with people. Probably all of my customers, my loyal customers, the majority of them come from probably 5 to 7 follow-ups for me. I count all the like little blue things that I have in my, like, seriously, it's 5 to 7 follow-ups. And so what does that look like? Does that look like 7 months worth of following up? I've only been in 7 or 8 months. So it looks like following up pretty frequently. And you can follow up in a nice, soft, like kind way. Like I'm like, hey girl, or hey, were you wanting to place an order? I was placing orders tonight and I just thought of you, or you can sometimes that's my message. Let's like pull out my messages. There's different ways that you can turn around those conversations. This is the thing. I am crazy busy. I am a full-time mom. I am a full-time teacher. I am a full-time grad student. Okay. I'm in grad school to be a school administrator. Like my dream was to be a principal of a school. I wanted to run a school building. And that dream is now not my dream anymore. My dream is to be the principal of my business. And guess what? I already am, but I want to be the principal of my business full time, because I still get to love on people. I still get to help people. I still get to work on people's minds. I still get to administrate. I still get to do all of those things, except for I get to see people live wildly, live their dreams. And it's absolutely amazing. Get out of your head about the messaging. You may never feel comfortable with it, but if you wrap your head around what this business does for people and not what the people that don't want it right now or don't watch, don't read those posts or read those messages, then, you'll be you'll feel so much better. Another thing is maybe asking whoever your enroller was, or be okay with asking them, hey, what do your chats look like? Like, what do your messages look like? Because sometimes when my, team is concerned about nobody responded, I shoot them like five of my like messages that have not been responded to. And I let them know that it's not you. Like, it's just how people are. And you never know why they're not responding. You never know why they go ghost. For all I know, their kids came and they had to put their kid to bed. And, if you have kids, you should know how that is. Your kids come and they're in your face, and then you just put the phone down and you run away and you just don't think about it. That's what your job is. It is professional to follow up. I just got a call today. I've been following up with this guy since December 17th. Okay. Since December 17th, I've been following up with him. No joke. And he kept saying, call me. I've set like 3 different phone calls. and it kind of started like bothering me. So I sent him a message, hey, I know you want to place an order. We can't seem to get connected. Good and well, I'm a little irritated that he keeps like blowing me off, or maybe he's not blowing me off. Maybe he's just busy, but that's how I'm feeling. But I want that sale. So I'm going to keep following up professionally. I'm not annoying. It's professional. And guess who called me today? He said, call me at 1:55. And I said, sure will. Called him, got that order placed, and he wanted to place an order for his girlfriend. How about that? That's follow-up, guys. That was like 3 phone calls we were supposed to have, lots of messages. I mean, he was way past 7, okay? Way past 7. But I got to talk to him. I got to build a relationship with him, and he is now going to be a loyal customer. And then I always throw it in there. Oh, tell your bros, tell your friends, just let them know that this is a great product and you're just going to love it. And then I also do, I've introduced this new thing. So following up with people is important. Following up with people to get the loyal customers, but it's just as important to follow up with those who are your loyal customers. So what I do.
Yeah, I have the messages if you want me to read them.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, another sideline told me about this method, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do that because I am like the least organized person, okay, when it comes to life, okay? In general, I'm like the least organized person. And I try to work on it, and just praying sometime God will heal me from it. But until I get deliverance, I just try the easiest method I can. So what I do is I do the 2-2-2 rule. So 2 days after they order. For some reason, 2 days, I've just found it to be really good. I send them a message, and I put this in my text replacements. If you don't know what text replacements are, go search the team pages. But I put, hey, I just wanted to shoot you a quick text and say thanks so much for choosing me as your rep and ordering. I'm so excited for you and to see your results. Just wanted to be sure you're aware of all the benefits of doing the 90-day challenge. If you choose to continue after 90 days, you'll start earning a free shopping spree. And all the time, you are racking up a ton of perk points to use any product. So each point equals $1, and you use these towards. So I go over all the extra benefits of the loyal customer program because you don't want to overwhelm them like right when they are enrolling, because they don't really care about that stuff. But at some point you want to communicate what the benefits of the LC program are. And so I do it about 2 days after. The reason I love 2 days, and I'm a big why person, so I always explain why I do things. The reason I love 2 days is because I feel like it's like, oh man, she really did appreciate that. Like, it's not the same day. It's not like overwhelming them because they already placed the order. It's like, damn, maybe they're at the point where they're kind of like, I'm waiting for their product. What now? I already paid this money, so I'm waiting for it. And you can kind of reassure them that this is a professional thing and you're following up and you're just saying, hey, just wanted to say thank you type of thing. So I love that. And then what else I do is I tell them about the perk points. I tell them about all that stuff. And then in 2 weeks, I send them a message. And if I haven't heard from them, and I'll say, hey, love, did you get your package yet? Or hey, girl, or whatever I say. And I just check to make sure. And if they say no, then I'm like, oh, we need to check your, because they should have their product. But I'll say like, oh my gosh, we need to check your shipping. And I'll like go and help them out and try to do that. And if they have, then I'll say, oh my gosh, what'd you get? FaceTime me. I need to make sure you go over, like we'll go over things. Or I'll say like, what, I'll tell them like exactly how to use it. I'll ask them if they've tried it yet. I'll ask them if they opened it, because how many times have you messaged somebody about their auto shipment going or whatever, and they haven't even freaking opened their product? Okay. Most of the time it's because they don't know how to do it, or they're scared, or they don't feel like reading the instructions, or they're just like, man, I'll get around to it, and they never do. But if you're on them, then this is going to really help. Okay. So I freaking love that. And that has really helped me. And then the last one is a 2-month one. Okay, and this one is the best one. This is like the best. It says, hey girl, so you're loving your hair, skin, and nails. I was wondering if you'd be interested in being another 90-day product model for our new keto coffee, chocolate greens, or stretch mark cream, basically any product that they haven't tried yet. And would you be interested? I'd throw in $50. It works cash your way at the end of it, just for helping me out, because we all know that after 6 months, guess what they get? $50 in free perk points, right? So we're not giving them that. They're getting that from the company just from having the 6 months of consecutive auto shipments. Okay. So I do that. And those are for the people that I haven't like even I don't even really want to be a distributor because, you know, there's just some people out there that you're like, meh, probably not. And so that's for them. But that's at that point where I also talk to them about the distributor would be the 2-month mark if, you know, I have that. And so how I was told to do this, okay? So how do you remember to do like 2 weeks, 2 months, all that stuff? So what I would do is before I even open the loyal customer email, I don't open it. Don't open it. Don't open it until you can get to a calendar and put it in 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months in your calendar. Set a reminder on your phone, whatever kind of calendar you use, do it. And if you open up your thing on accident, go back and mark it as unread so you know that you need to do it. Okay? And that has been super helpful for me. I feel like I've been like so much, like I feel so much better when I follow up with people because I've kept that connection with them, and I don't feel like I've lost like touch with them or done a bad job of kind of being professional about it. Cause I had gotten to the point where I was so unorganized that I was like, oh crap, like it's been like 2 months. Like I haven't touched base with that girl since they ordered. And you know, I tell them, I'm like, FaceTime me when you get your products so I can tell you how to do it. I'm like, 1% of the people do that. And so, you know, you have to be responsible for continuing to retain those customers, because if you've lost rank at some point, or if you know, you haven't, you know, you want to keep them longer than 3 months. They're only required to do 3 months, but you want to keep them longer than that. You want to introduce them to so many different products. So that's just the tip that I have. And yeah.
Okay, so can I give y'all an example real quick before I get off here? Because I really got to run. But okay, so I got a customer and I did not put it in my calendar yet. So if you have an iPhone, I don't know if the other phones do this, the Androids, but literally like I do this. I say, Siri, remind me to text Murtis in 2 days. And it does it.
Okay, I'll remind you to text Murtis in. When would you like to be reminded?
In 2 days.
Okay, I'll remind you.
Boom. And I just say it again. I got to do Siri, remind me to text Murtis in 2 weeks.
Okay, I'll remind you.
Thank you, Siri. Siri, remind me to text Murtis in 2 months.
Okay, I'll remind you.
Thank you, Siri. Boom. I gotta go, guys.
Okay, bye, Kristen. Okay, so really the main thing I want you to do is to have fun with this business, guys. Don't take yourself too seriously. The business requires some sense of organization. If I can do this business, Lord knows most people can do this business. But just have fun. Like, let people know what you're doing. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. Change what people think about the business. Change what people think about network marketing by how you are doing it. Okay. Be kind, love on people, have their best interest in heart. And I promise you will be successful if you're consistent. That's really what it takes in Jesus. Erin, Kirsten, do you have anything else?
Yeah, I got something. It goes along with what Kristen said too, and something what I experienced today. I had a loyal customer today who I've been having a conversation with since August, and she finally said yes. So the big thing is, and I told my team this too, it's like, you're going to put in all this work, but are you going to be there when it comes time for your work to be shown? So it's like, if I would have gotten discouraged on that one person who said no, and it was her, would I have gotten a loyal customer today? Like, I wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't have been in my situation where I did a happy dance because I didn't know that she was ordering. You know, like, we had a conversation today, but it was really just kind of like chill, like nothing really crazy. And then I get an email saying, hey, welcome your loyal customer, which I'm going to be doing that 222 thing. But it's just like, that's the thing. You're going to put in so much work in the beginning, and you're going to feel like you're going crazy. I think I still feel like I'm going crazy sometimes. But I know it's all going to be for a purpose. It's all going to be for a bigger reason. But am I going to be there when the time comes for it to be shown to me? So don't give up before you've even started.
Yeah, I love that. Erin, what about you?
Are we just saying like our last piece of advice kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I swear I haven't left, like pregnancy brain has not left. I shared it in the chat, but I think, I think we have to remember that this is like a people's business, and, we all have goals and dreams and stuff, but we don't want it to get like too big in our minds, in our head, where we forget that like we should just be helping people. And so, I always tell people the biggest thing is I just get to share this business with my friends and my family. And so always remembering that this business is about sharing and how can I help that person, and not feeling like going into the situation. Because I know some people are like, I have trouble getting distributors. I'm like, the minute that you start changing your mindset and flipping from getting to how can I help this person, what are their goals? What do they want to achieve from this? God is going to bless you in so many more ways. He's just waiting for you to change your mind and be open to helping people and having that mindset shift. So that would probably be my biggest piece of advice. And then, you hear it all the time, but just like consistency is key. I do the exact same thing today that I did 3.5 years ago. I've just gotten better at it, and my posts look a lot better. Believe me, because I see my time hop. But that's part of the process. You're gonna grow and you're gonna learn, and so don't hesitate to ask questions. But it's an awesome journey. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm super pumped for all of you guys. I can't wait to see you guys all announce on the team page as Rubies. Getting that $500. I know you guys all can do this. Lord knows if I can, then you guys can too. Because I mean, you weren't led to this business just to be led to this business. You were led to this business for a reason, and really embrace that and be okay with being a little bit different. We all have individual fingerprints because we're all individual people, and it's okay to be different. Don't let whatever, Grandma Sue said or, Sally Michael over there said, just be okay with what you're doing and be confident that you can do it. Because, there's always going to be people that might say something that's, a little bit discouraging, but just be confident in what you have and be consistent. And I promise that all the rest of this stuff will really, really follow. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight, and I hope you guys learned something from it. If you have any questions, please feel free to message us. And thank you guys for hopping on. That shows true dedication to your business, and it really keeps you connected and stay close to the fire. So keep that up, and we will see you guys soon. Bye.